This is Module 2, dealing with teaching marching fundamentals. And it pertains to posture, which is perhaps one of the most important aspects of teaching fundamentals. Without good posture, your band can't look good. I have as acting students for me filling in. We have Stephen, we have Anita, and they volunteered to come in today and help me demonstrate on how we would teach this, of course, with a full band. And we're going to keep this really informal so that when I make mistakes, we don't have to stop and start all over again, and I make more than my fair share. But let's start with the feet. That's the best way to teach the first basic fundamentals. First, we have the feet together, which is the position we're going to use throughout this entire teaching demonstration with the feet together and when we demonstrate all the fundamentals. Now, the advantage of this position with the feet is the easiest to teach and get uniformity, all right? And it looks clean, and it's also easier to execute various fundamentals like glide, step, and halt when the position of the feet at attention is with the feet together. Another position that's very popular is the 45 inches spread with the feet. Here in this case, we're looking at the heels together and the toes 45-degree angle. All right, and so the advantage of this is it looks clean and also assists us when we have a lot of wind with the larger instruments like sousaphone, bass drum, and so forth, to keep your balance and all that. And so this is the second type of position. The disadvantage is then you have to change the feet when you go to glide step, the angle of the feet, and when you halt, ending in a halt with the feet in the open position. Okay, our next position, we get into the ballet. This is position 1 in ballet. Position 2 would be here. Now here the feet are shoulder width, but the feet are at a 45-degree angle. And again, this is a variation of the foot position. Then we have position 3, which is the heel tucked into the arch of the foot, and they're still at a 45-degree angle. And then we have finally position 4. Now the obvious use of these various positions are for choreography, body movement, and so forth, and for various variation of positions of stationary position with the body. Okay, relax, real. So what's real important is the fact that the distribution of the weight and the body position of teaching fundamentals. So I have a technique here that I've used ever since the 1960s when I was a high school band director. It's called the bracket. The advantage of this is it gets everybody's weight distributed the same. It helps you develop the strength in the upper torso muscles, and it gets the weights distributed properly where it needs to be for all fundamentals. So we'll start with our feet together, and we'll put a bracket in front of us parallel with the ground with the right arm on top of the left arm. Now, depending on your horn angle is what we'll do with the arms. If you carry your horns a little higher, take the arms to your mouth and take your chin to the arms so that your head's up over the top of the chins. Now, the next thing we teach them is to raise up on your toes and hold your balance. And we stay up for quite a while because this gets the students to put their feet in the same position and to distribute the weight equally. And if you can maintain your balance, you have uniformity of weight distribution. Now, slowly lower your weight until your heels barely touch the ground, all right? And keeping the upper body stretched up. And we want to end up with a weight about 60% on the balls of the feet and about 40% on the heels. Now, at ease, the advantage of this is the fact that because the weight is in front on the balls of feet, we can push off faster when we're going in the forward motion and get to that first step in time. Now, Stephen will demonstrate with the brackets, pushing off and taking one glide step, all right? Go ahead on your own. Yeah, and the whole idea is that we can push off. Now, this time, push off faster when the tempo is faster. Right. Now, as far as pushing off goes, we can either push off on the beat or we can push off on the end of the beat depending on the tempo, all right? And so we're going to demonstrate that later on when we talk about mark time. Now, if you carry your instruments parallel with the ground, then we teach it this way. So again, the right arm on top of the left arm, parallel with the ground. And so let's go with that. And this time we'll leave the arms there and simply take the chin up over the top, all right, so the head's are up. And the reason we want the heads up slightly is because most people have an overbite, and it helps with the angle of the instruments so that they are parallel above parallel, and to accommodate the brass instruments with overbite. Then we get up on the toes again, same, Slowly lower your weight till your heels barely touch the ground, okay? And that's the position we'll use if you carry your horns parallel with the ground. So the arms, the angle of the arms depends on the angle you hope to carry your instrument in at ease, and we'll use this position, the bracket position, throughout our teaching of the various fundamentals, which are to follow on the future modules. So keep in mind that what's important is the fact that the body position, when we teach fundamentals, distribution of weight, developing the upper torso muscles by keeping the body stretched tall at all times, can be achieved with this one basic exercise.